about that?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
You love your people. You black people. I'm black. I love my people. You love your family. You love. When you gonna start doing the work? You gonna wait till the kid get killed? Wait till the kid get life in prison? You gonna wait till your daughter got 3 kids and she 22 years old? Still trying to party and just have a good time? Selling the food stamps and the kids hungry? Ready to go crazy? Ready to holler for $1 and do something strange for change? This when we gonna do the work? Or you need the lawyer to tell you when he represent your son, look, it ain't gonna look good. Maybe you should have thought about this. When is anybody, so that's how we like, that's one of the issues. We ain't stepping up to do the work.
Drives me crazy. I'll tell you where they are in a second, where his dad is. On social media, it's often been said that Ryan was unarmed at the time of the shooting. So here's the thing. When everybody's got a little bit of information, you know, people go crazy. Oh, you know, and then the social cybersphere just goes crazy with misinformation. But Ryan did have a gun, according to the police. And that's if we trust the police. Mm-hmm. I trust but verify. The gun hadn't been fired. It had a loaded extended mag in it. So this is the gun that they found.
Okay.
Is it a 9mm? What is that? Yeah, it's...
Now, so in the video I seen, it's like he dropped something. You heard like, it was like metal. And they had it blurred out because you know you got to have guns blurred out. This is something that... That's how it works online. Right? And he ran between the dumpsters. But you can see it was something that, I don't know if it was a bag or I don't know what it was, but it was something blurred out, right? Let's let him continue. He said he dug to his let's let him continue. It don't sound the same when it comes from somebody that's supposed to go along with any narrative.
It's a Glock 23 5.4 caliber. Or 40 caliber. It's a 40 caliber Glock. Tell me why a teenager needs that. Is it because of the neighborhood and it's so dangerous? You know, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. You know, I hear that all the time. And some neighborhoods are like that. In fact, I'm trying a RICO case starting Monday where, you know, they took 45 guys off the fucking street. And my guy was just shot 5 times. It's a dangerous world out there. But if you make a habit out of avoiding situations, you don't need a gun. Because you can just be smarter than that. There is body cam footage. And according to the body cam footage, the cop says, he's got a gun on your right. An officer can be heard saying that. Officer fires 4 times, and Hinton was hit twice. Once in the chest and once in the arm. And only 7 seconds of the video was released. So the next morning, you know, I mean, I lost a son, so I know...
I think more than 7 seconds should be released.
And it's not a fucking fun club to be in. You know, anybody that wants to be a member of that club, they can go fuck themselves. Because it's just not a fun club to be in. But Hinton's father, you know, and just sometimes when you're dealing with grief like this, especially when you're dealing with something like this, because it's so avoidable.
And, like, thinking about that, right? Like, what he said was like, yo, you got to get in the habit of avoiding certain kind of situations. So, you know how a lot of times dudes in the street will refer to living in the streets as like putting their life on the line, their freedom on the line. So you building up a habit of putting yourself in situations where things can happen, right? Now you build up a habit to put yourself in a position where something wild happened and the police is in control of everything. You are the sole controller. You want to be in control of everything. I will understand the pressure of, like, say you not even that kid, but your friends in the car, come on, they smoking, everybody chilling, come on. It don't even seem like you doing much. But if you coming from the jungle, how we describe it, the concrete jungle, if they saying only the strong survive, man, you got to be strong. Being strong in that moment might be like, nah, gang, this kind of situation kind of crazy. I tell you what, man, keep that in the car, lock the car door, let's sit over here. Like, what we got? We don't got to sit in the car. We got a hot box? And let me tell you something. If you got so much smoke to where you in your neighborhood and you can't have your gun sitting right in the car while you on the other side or something, or on a tire, or whatever the case may be, right? You ain't in a position to bust a move and get away quick when the police come and you doing all this. Man, you don't need to be indulging in none of this stuff. You don't need to be in the back cut of your neighborhood and nobody can slide down there in the car and getting cranky on you. Gotta maneuver different. I want to get to what he gonna really get to with the pops.
Hands of the cops.
Because that's what
so
it's about him though.
Along with his family members, arrived at the police station to view the body cam footage, and his father was just so distraught after seeing the footage. So let's watch a little news clip from that.
Here today, a homicide detective shared a new detailed timeline of Rodney Hinton Jr.'s alleged actions before crashing into Deputy Henderson. WCPO 9 News reporter Jay Shakur walks us through it.
Yeah, man, I know we glitching a little bit. I see the rate up there tagging, but we getting through. It don't look too bad.
Police detective said on May 2nd, shortly after 9:30 that morning, Rodney Hinton Jr., along with family, viewed body camera footage of a Cincinnati police officer shooting and killing his 18-year-old son, Ryan Hinton, the day.
And I wonder if he gonna put it in slow motion, and I'll let him. But I kind of wanna, cause it's a different body. See, remember I say he ran dumpster. It's a part where before that where. Oh, it's a cop right there. That's probably his body cam. They gotta show it. But he's on the ground and something in his hand. You can see him picking it up. Like he dropped it.
Now take a look at that. He's not coming after the officer. I think there's a problem with this shooting, honestly. He may have a gun, but he's not, doesn't look like he's firing at the officer. It looks like he's trying to get away.
Like he's trying to run.
And
that's a fact.
I have a problem when cops shoot you when you're trying to get away.
I have a problem with that also, right? But do you remember my spill of when are we going to get the action, right? Because homie is running with the gun in his hand. What the cop is saying is in his head, maybe, right? He could be like, oh, got one. I can get away with this, right? Or he could be like, how long does it take for somebody to lean in this direction and fire shots? He could be a wild racist cop, right? All that, I mean, some of that, I mean, a little bit, whatever, anything that I said could be true. But how you get in that situation? Yeah, officer, I'm not pointing the gun at you and firing on you, but I'm running away from a stolen car with a gun in my hand. And it's another cop just screamed out, he got a gun, he got a gun. Keep in mind, all this is taking place within seconds, just moments. And it's hard to think regularly when you got a whole bunch of time, right? So don't put yourself in a situation where you got to decide how to hang on to your life and everything is very complicated and you got 10 seconds to do it. When I talk about how I shattered my life, when I talk about how I gave my youth up, like, maybe everything, right? I be telling people like, yo, from the time you done pulled your gun out and fired on somebody, all that could have took 15 seconds. And I feel like 15 seconds is a stretch. It's not. And that 15 seconds, let's say 30 seconds. However many seconds you want to, if you want to go 30 times 3, 90 seconds. How much time is worth that 90 seconds? Is death worth it? You know how many dudes, yo, is in jail for the rest of their life right now? For being in a situation where they had to make a decision too fast? 15 seconds. They've been in jail 30 years. So yeah, he running. And maybe the cops should have thought better, quicker, because he just coming out the joint and he's seeing with the gun. But don't have yourself in that position. Because now in the 6-7 seconds it took you to make your decision, now the ball is in somebody else's court and they got to make a split decision and you might not be comfortable with the decision that they make.
The day before, police say officers found Ryan and 3 other young men in a stolen Kia. When police arrived, the 4 men ran. Police ran after them.
And officers say Ryan had a gun and it was pointed toward an officer who shot him twice, killing him.
The footage, which is a bit blurry at times, shows the shooting and Ryan falling to the ground. Police then say after reviewing that body cam video shortly after 10:30 a.m., Rodney leaves Cincinnati Police's Criminal Investigation Sections Unit's parking lot. Police say he left this first time upset and unable to drive. Family members describe him as
agitated, to say the least. How would you feel when
your son died? You're going to be agitated. You're going to be feeling it.
The death of your child. This is the death of your child. I mean,
I think anybody should be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of sides to this.
Tell police he went to a couple of different locations, then returned to the parking lot around 12:40 p.m. They say Hinton came back to pick up a car left behind, and then for a second time,
he actually left the parking lot, followed by some family members, and then a few minutes later returned to the parking lot at CIS, drove through the parking lot, and then left the parking lot again.
Now, authorities say that final exit occurred at 12:49 p.m. Just 11 minutes later, police say Hinton plowed right into Henderson, who was operating a traffic light at the intersection of Martin Luther King Drive and Burnett Woods. A detective on...
So, why don't you tell me how that helps anybody? Eye for an eye, I suppose. You know, you take one of yours, and then guess what? I'm sure Rodney's got kids. I don't know for sure, but I would suspect he does. How good are you going to be to your kids after you're going to prison for the rest of your life? 0.
On this case claims video footage
how we feel about that?
First stopping in a left turn lane before increasing the car's speed.
The vehicle accelerated quickly.
Yo, man, I think
Police have not yet identified that officer who shot and killed Hinton's son. Prosecutors say they believe that Rodney Hinton Jr. just, quote, ran over the first officer he saw.
What do you make of that? I mean, you had the moral high ground. You don't anymore. Because I do think that there's issues with the shooting. So the person that was...
And we could get very deep into it all, but he said, yo, I'm sure he has other kids. What good could you be to your other kids? I would hope that we ain't in a place where kids are just ready to sacrifice their father for things like that. You know, like if you got the option of the decision, like you know your dad gotta die, don't you want your dad to die for something like that will benefit everyone or something, or group? Like it's like, yo, hold on, wait, this dad, I understand how you feel, but I don't think this will benefit our family. Our people, that the only person that this might feel like it's going to benefit is you, but it's still not going to benefit you. Because if you put yourself in a situation where you get life in prison, we might not be we might barely be surviving. We live in the hood, right? We hood. We in the mud. We could hold you down and travel to see you and wherever the jail's at and send you stuff and do all this stuff, but that might add extra financial burden to us. Oh, this might not be good. This might not be good for the, like, shit. What if at some point the best decision is for move on from? I mean, man, it's just so. I mean, oh man, oh man, oh man. And I understand where people coming from, right? Because I'm not sure I would feel the same way if the son was just walking to school and a group of police pulled up and shot him, and we seen that, and I'm like, oh, like I said, I could say anything. Oh, this is wrong, or this is wrong, don't matter what side it's on. And the dad like, what? I still want him to try to get the party, that actual cop or somebody like, oh, family or something, but a complete different stranger person. Because, like, the ultimate retaliation ain't to make somebody who's not your enemy. But remember the F-12 thing, like I said, the thing we promote. But that's the first people that people got to call. Somebody break in your house, attack your daughter and your son, right? Somebody, like, it's a certain mentality. And look, I ain't even talk about if pride or ego could have been in it. Like, yo, man.
Hit and killed was Deputy Henderson. He worked for the county sheriff's office for 33 years, retired 5 months ago. He was working on special duty that day as a traffic detail at the University of Cincinnati's graduation day.
Man, ain't gonna be no getting around this. Oh, ain't gonna be no getting around this, bro. He worked 33 years. He retired 5 months ago. And he just out there doing some special duty work with the traffic at Cincinnati University, their graduation. I was telling the bro last time he was on and we was talking, like, I felt what his wife felt. Like, 33 years. Right? Or however long they was married. She felt that every night. Him being a police officer, how dangerous it is, all the things that happen. They live in Ohio. Everybody got guns. Even the kids. If they was from New York, it probably wouldn't have went like that. Guns way too valuable to be playing around with them, sitting around in cars. And you gotta be strategic and sneaky. Shoot the video and put these back up. But now he retired. Hey, what you gonna do today? You ain't. No, I'm just gonna do the traffic for the school. Okay, I'll see you later. but you don't. And now the same way that you felt when a whole different person, right? Because, how can I say it? Say, for instance, that, say you a school teacher, right? And a video come out about a school teacher beating up a little kid. At what point is we okay with, well, there are probably multiple videos of school teachers beating up little kids. Black, white, any other color, right? We probably all seen multiple of those. Imagine if we like, yo, these school teachers you just gonna attack any random school teacher? That is a logical way to think about something, right? Because I love a school teacher. She might bring the kids snacks and they like her, enjoy, talk to them about her. Why would she have to die because another school teacher, like, I hope that I can say it like that and it'll be some people will be like, oh, okay, I just caught it. I never heard nobody kind of think about it like that. So when we saying F2, and do we know this, right? That it can't be all cops. Because I'm pretty sure at some point, all of us has had an interaction with a cop that didn't go the way we thought it was supposed to go. We could have got caught in the car, brake light out, asked if drugs in the car. Nah, ain't no drugs. Drugs get found in the car, throw drugs out, laugh, joke, everybody go. No summons, no warrant, no. Everybody done been in the city. You might have been drunk, like anything. Like it's not. We know it's not. You see what I'm saying? But if we keep perpetuating that 12 idea, if we keep doing that, that will make this happen more. Because now the cop is already on alert like that because he fully understand that this is how people are thinking.